beautiful book, The Ocean of the Holy Name by His Holiness Sacinandana Swami. We are on the fourth chapter called Nāma bhāsa, and the fourth sub-session within this chapter called the divisions of Nāma bhāsa. The last that we read was unintentional chanting, where we saw about Sanketya, indirect chanting, indirectly calling out the name of the Lord, will also get benefited. Parihasa, jokingly calling out the name of the Lord. Stobha, musical entertainment. And Helana, indifference or contempt. So by doing any of these things unintentionally, one gets benefit of it. The next is called with faith. The one that we saw last time was without faith. Someone is joking someone or calling indirectly. They don't have faith. They're just calling. Now this one is with faith. Śraddhā Nāma bhāsa. It's a simple small paragraph, but very nice. The cause of the four above kinds of Nāma bhāsa, Sanketya, Parihasa, Stobha, Helana, is the lack of real faith in Krishna, Śraddhā. Śraddhā Nāma bhāsa, on the other hand, refers to faithful yet not pure chanting. This stage of chanting, although yet covered by anarthas, unwanted desires, establishes sambandha jnana. Attraction for the holy name develops, and if one steadily continues to chant, he attains the platform where his anarthas are nullified. Finally, he attains the stage of pure chanting. That's all the paragraph is. Very short and sweet. But the good news is that most of us are falling into this category, Śraddhā Nāma bhāsa. We are not chanting out of joking or unintentionally or things like that. But we are all having faith in the holy name. But there are desires still, in whatever the form it may be. There are some desires. It could be external desire or internal desire, whatever it may be. The desires are still there, which are not necessarily Krishna conscious desires. It could be any material desires. But just because the person is having a material desire does not mean that his chanting is not valid, because he has faith in chanting. He has developed a taste for chanting. Along with that taste, he also like to taste some, say for example, if you're having a sambar rice, last night was nice feast prepared by devotees, sambar rice. And also they had this appalam, papad, along with it, right? So you mix here and there a little bit of the pickle or papad while you're eating here and there. Some extra things are needed. Likewise, even though we are practicing Krishna consciousness, some extra things are needed. Some desires are still there in our heart. I will go to temple, I do service, I get initiated, I have all those different things. But little or whatever the degree of desires, which is not favorable, but still against Krishna consciousness, not against mean badly against, it's not that this person is breaking everything and breaking the laws and principles of anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam, but some little desires here and there are there. So, but the faith is still there for that person. Because he has a faith in Krishna, he has faith in the chanting holy name, he knows the potency of the holy name, he continues to chant. The best good news is that even that person, desires will eventually dissipate, will go away, and Krishna Bhakti will be established. It will be established. So nothing to get a curse ourselves or think bad about ourselves. It's just a matter of staying on track with the devotees. Whatever the opportunities are there, be in the association of the devotees, take advantage of the service opportunities, and all different programs that we have to focus more towards the good things in Krishna consciousness. naturally that unwanted desires will go away, will eventually go away. But if you're only trying to focus on the negative aspect and not focusing on the positive aspect of Krishna consciousness, that is going to be a struggle. That's going to be very much struggling. Therefore, focus on Krishna consciousness more, and these things will gradually go away, and we'll be able to establish proper chanting. So, this is the second part of this chapter, Shraddha Nama Bhasa, where a person is chanting with faith but mixed with unwanted desires as well. That's about this. Let's think about this for rest of the day today. Meditate on this and see what are the desires that we have, and not to start thinking about too much of those things. List them out, keep them aside, but then think on the positive aspect of how all can I direct my consciousness, direct my thought, direct my senses in Krishna consciousness. That's the aspect that we can slowly, not that drastically we stop everything and join the temple and be in the ashram and, and shave our head. Not that. It's going to not be, it's not going to be effective in that sense. So gradually going to that stage of becoming pure. With that said, I will just stop here and see if there's any discussions or questions or realizations to share. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, how much can you give some more examples? Like in our daily life, at least, maybe people to progress, they wanted to do things, right, Prabhu? Of course, we need to do without having those desires, but we have to do. So, something I'm missing, Prabhu. Can you give more examples on this, Prabhu?
More examples of what we just spoke of, the desires.
Yes,
Desires, right?
Prabhu. Because in the normal Grahastha life, like with having everything, I mean, we need to lead, have the kids and all that stuff. So, how to be like that? We should not be, as you said, right? It
Yeah, so that's what exactly what been told by Maharaj also, right? In this particular paragraph. Yeah, the desires are there, but the desires will go away when we stick on to the path. As long as we are on this, you're driving and going somewhere, right? You're going on a ship, and you are in a the ship is moving in its speed, and but your destination is not arrived yet, but you are trying to push the ship, or you're trying to say, "Hey, this ship is going too slow, let me jump on, start swimming." That is where the problem comes. Rather, what has been told here as an advice is stay in the ship of devoteeship, relationship, right? When we are in that thing, this follow the instruction is given. We are hearing every day one small bit of instruction from Maharaj or from Prabhupada. Therefore, we just try to apply that little by little, but stay in the path. As we are staying in the path, not going off, trying to do something differently, drastically, to harm the ship or harm ourselves. Our ship is not going to be harmed. The bhakti process is not going to be harmed. But then when we jump off the bhakti process and try to do something differently, that's where the problem comes. So we pray to Krishna, Krishna, give me more bhakti. Rather than we pray to like Queen Kunti, rather than praying to give me problems, which is we not be able to we are not be in the position to handle the problems, right? So rather we praying problems like Queen Kunti, or rather than trying to say that anything else, just give me even for the sake of asking for strength to deal the situation, right? That's one way of nice prayer. But the best prayer is give me bhakti. Let me also become a nice devotee. Give me that bhakti. Once the bhakti comes, everything, there are, when bhakti comes into the life, then all these unwanted things will go away. So what we have to pray is, let me have that bhakti. So let's all pray for the bhakti. But even while we are doing this one, as we have this running the family, taking care of the job, all those things are there. We just, here's one more important point. I think it is important to tell. When Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, don't do things um, without any karmanyevadi karasya mafaleshu kadakshana. Krishna says, do your karma, do not any expect anything in return, etc., etc. If you see in the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives a list of what are the karma yogas. Okay, in that list, we don't see IT jobs. We don't see any of those jobs, a professor job or a doctor job or any of teacher job. Any of those things are not in that list at all. Of course, it is not a complete list, but Krishna has given something to get an idea of what is the karma yoga is talking about. So when we are doing such thing, going to yatra, going chanting, reading Bhagavatam, performing a service, being in a position, do not expect anything. Do not expect anything, right? But then when we are into items which is laukika karma means not necessarily Vaidika karma. Vaidika karma is what Krishna has listed in the Bhagavad Gita. Laukika karmas be outside of Vaidika karma, where you are doing things for your earning, your survival, your maintenance of family, all those things are also considered in the same way as much as possible. When we are doing the Vaidika karma correctly, the Laukika karma will also fall into that particular mindset. But if you are not applying that principle in the Vaidika karma, in our chanting, in our relationship with Krishna, and doing our services properly, then obviously the Krishna consciousness is not stronger. Therefore, going out of Krishna consciousness, going to work and performing everything, also going to be weaker. Therefore, we have to strengthen this particular aspect. A simple thing, okay, when devotees are telling something, how our mood should be. When I'm doing some service, should I expect something? All those things are very important to practice internally. So when we go out, we can face the thing and try to incorporate some of the aspect of those things with proper intelligence. I'm telling proper intelligence because outside world we are not dealing with devotees. In the Krishna consciousness, we are dealing with devotees. When we are dealing with devotees, apply Krishna consciousness. When you are dealing with non-devotees, apply Krishna consciousness, but carefully with proper mindset. You cannot be there, you stamp on my back. You cannot apply this principle at workplace, you stamp on my back. People are ready to stamp anyway. They will stamp on you and push you and bury you totally. Therefore, at that time, use Krishna consciousness, not go out of Krishna consciousness. Use Krishna consciousness in a proper mindset, without grudge, without anger, without envy, without jealousy, but still applying Krishna consciousness is a technique and skills that comes as we practice Krishna consciousness nicely. Now, coming to the Grahastha ashram, in the Grahastha ashram, we have family, we have our spouses, so definitely we have to have some sort of care and attention to be given to it. And sometimes, obviously, there's an expectation within that family member that my children, my spouse, my husband, my wife, all those things, there are some level of expectations are there, and that's expectations are needed. But then when we have that expectation, don't get attached to that expectation, is what Krishna is telling. Okay? You try your best yourself, and you're bringing up your your children or family or whatever it is, but don't be attached to it, because every one of us are individual souls, and we came out with our own package of vasanas and karmas. Sometimes we people may change, sometimes people may not change. So we don't need to sweat on that thing. We just have to pray for them and keep moving on, moving in our life. Whatever way we can assist and do things in the family, we can do. But expectation should not become our attachment. And that could be a problem for us. That's exactly what Krishna is saying. Did I answer your question, Shanta Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. No, Prabhu. But I'm meditating on it, Prabhu. Actually, yeah, Prabhu. I'll come back on it.
Because your questions are like Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra means will capsule, and I have to go deeper and deeper and deeper to understand what exactly you asked. So please unpack your sutra.
No, I understand, Prabhu. Maybe, yeah, I'll come back on that, Prabhu.
Okay, you can message me or put in the chat however you want, and then maybe we can talk later. Is it okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Sometimes we don't understand questions, and we go all the place everywhere, and so many things which you already know. I'll be speaking, so you can.
No, not like that, Prabhu. Whatever you said is makes sense, Prabhu. But yeah, sometimes, right? Yeah, we wanted to be in that bhakti. Sometimes we wanted to continue that, but we have to drag into the material things. Of course, we are doing as a Krishna service. Yes, I need to think all those things and I need to do. Right, Prabhu? Maybe I'm doing as a Krishna service. I'm not expecting too much, but I have to do. And that deviates, I mean, that time may not think about Krishna, but I need to think about all those things as a Krishna service, though. So that's how we need to lead our things, right, Prabhu?
Yeah. When Arjuna was fighting in the battlefield, how many times do you think that Krishna remembered the slokas of what Arjuna remembered the slokas of what Krishna spoke? You think he was constantly meditating, constantly remembering all the instruction and everything, and then he was doing all those things in the battlefield? Do you think so?
No, Prabhu.
Uh, But then he got an instruction, he was applying the principle. I'm doing this for Krishna. And then dealing and moving with it, whatever his dharma is, Varnashra dharma is. So he was trying to do the same thing in the battlefield and offer the result to Krishna. In between, we are not a great sage as Paramahamsa, where we can, even when the meeting is going on, Krishna's lotus feet is coming right in front of our eyes. Krishna is standing, like, Venu Madhuri Prabhu was telling this beautiful sloka, I say, Barha Pitam Natavarabahu Karnayor Karnikaram Briprat Vasam Kanaka Kapisham Vaijayan. We cannot just, in the meeting is going on, we cannot see Krishna is walking on the Vrindavan forest. Come on, we want to do our job. That is not what we want to get into, right? And if you are in that level of bhakti, then we won't even go to work first of all. That's the truth. If we are in that level of bhakti where we can always remember Krishna 24/7, who would go to job first of all? Who would be thinking about next meal? No, we are not in that level. So we package our Krishna conscience such a way, get up in the morning, do some sadhana, and then do deity worship, and then get ready and go in the mood of Krishna consciousness and deal the work over there. In between, when you get time, do whatever bhakti you can, and then come back, again take shower, again do some bhakti, and go to bed. So we are trying to do this one because we are not a bhakta of like other category. When we are at the work, do the work to the best and offer the result to Krishna. If we are thinking that when I'm in a meeting, I'm not able to remember Krishna, we are thinking ourselves to be someone else. We are not jnana yogis. We are not in that bhakti yoga where in the topmost bhakti yogi. We are practitioners. Thank you all very much. If you have any follow-up question, we can still continue later. Thank you all very much. Have you all a wonderful rest of the day in Krishna's service. Let's meet tomorrow at 5 a.m. Central. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.